that the challenges we're facing are so big. And if there were simple answers to our complex problems, someone would have figured them out already. The reason there's still problems is because there are no easy answers. And it's not just about getting people together, smart scientists, people who've lived and experienced things in different corners of the country, know different sectors, have had successes, to generate solutions. It's also about getting people across the country to take ownership of the solutions we're developing. If they feel that someone is imposing upon them an answer, whether it's the right answer or not, there's a natural human tendency to be a little bit resistant to that. However, if people feel like they are part of shaping the discussion, contributing to the inevitable outcome of the tough decisions we might have to take, then you're going a lot further to make it really about participatory solutions. And I think the idea of anyone saying, I have the answer, unless it's 42, there is no the answer.
Right. And so participatory solutions. We have a whole generation of youth that, to generalize, I'd say they feel disenfranchised. And I think if you look at voter turnout numbers from 2008, 2011, we had 6 out of 10 Canadians who were eligible to vote voted. But if you look at that demographic, it was 3 out of 10. And if you look at those that didn't vote, they say, I didn't vote because I was too busy, or I didn't feel like my vote matters, or I'm sick of the political process.
Don't vote, you'll just encourage them. Yeah.
Right, exactly. So how do you take a group, how do you take a demographic of people that want to have an impact but feel disenfranchised, and how do you give them the power to participate?
One of the things I did when I first got elected is actually one of the things that drove me to politics was my work with a team of young people and my struggling to find a real champion for youth in politics. We just couldn't quite get someone to stand and take a real position. Young people were the ones we had to invest in because we're in a very negative circle, vicious circle in politics right now, where politicians don't reach out to young people, so young people don't bother paying attention to them, and they don't vote. Therefore, politicians reach out even less, and someone's going to have to break that, and it's going to have to break at one point. The problem is, or the opportunity is, that we have a generation of young people who are more aware, more plugged in, with a 24-hour news cycle, with thousands of channels on TV, with some total of human knowledge available to you at your fingertips if you trust Facebook, Quora, and Wikipedia, which increasingly you tend to be able to. You have access to so much. Instead of feeling empowered by that, we've almost come full circle from the invention of movable type, which led to the Renaissance, because people, instead of feeling empowered, are overwhelmed in the sense that you are so small compared to the problems of what's happening, whether it's Darfur, whether it's global warming, whether it's disaffection and disappointment with what's happening in our own local politics. People don't feel like they have the capacity to make a difference. But at the same time, when you look at young people, they're more involved than ever before in community organizations, single-issue causes, NGOs, activism on all sorts of different types. They're interested. They just don't feel that politics is a worthy use of their time. They're apathetic and they're cynical and they're disconnected sometimes, sure, but it's not because they're not interested. It's because they're frustrated that they don't get to be given the tools. So I think that's a huge opportunity for us. But young people don't want to hear about partisan attack politics. They don't want to hear, well, he said this and I said this and I'm scoring a point on this, or we want to win, so vote against them, or vote for the red team or the blue team or the orange team, or whatever. No. They want to hear, what are you going to do about global warming? What are you going to do about pollution? What are you going to do about human rights? What are you going to do about poverty? What are you going to do about the big issues? And for too long, politicians have been focused on Band-Aids. Okay, you just put a Band-Aid on this problem, you get us through until the next election cycle, and someone else will deal with it, or we'll have to look at it in our second term. And young people get that, no, we have to start thinking more longer term than that. And that's where there's a really, I think, exciting opportunity in Canada right now to reach out to a generation that says, you know what, we deserve better.
Right. And so